karma and destiny. And what is it that determines things? I mean, is it our karma that determines it? Is it our pre-written destiny? And if so, then what role does free will play? And this is a concept that comes up a lot. It's a question that a lot of people struggle with because this is the stuff our day-to-day life is made of. Something's not going right, and of course the question becomes, is it my fault? Is it the fault of my stars? Is it the fault of something I did 3 lifetimes ago that I don't even remember, let alone have the ability to correct in any way? Or is it going wrong because somewhere there's a book and it's written that this is going to go wrong? And regardless of what I did 3 lifetimes ago, regardless of anything, it's just going to go wrong. So here's what it looks like. It's a really complex topic, and I'm going to try to just touch it briefly so that we have time to go on to the others. Karma and destiny is something you could do literally a year-long course on. But in a nutshell, what it really looks like is that where we are right now in this moment, sitting here together in satsang, is where we are because it is our destiny to be here. The sum of all of our past karmas, this life, past lives, have brought us here. You cannot, in this moment, be in Paris instead. You cannot be in Australia instead. You cannot have eaten something different for lunch. You cannot be married to a different person. All of that, where you are in this moment, is your destiny. And it's not changeable, not by a snap of the fingers, not by a mantra, not by waving of a wand. That's what's written. Through all of what we've done in the past, all of our astrological signs, we are meant to be here. And the reason you know that is we're here. The laws that govern the universe are laws of perfection. You never, ever, ever see cucumbers coming off of apple trees. Until, of course, humans get in there and decide, okay, well, let's see what we can do with genes. Maybe we can mix it. Then you start to see some weird stuff. But as long as it was in nature's hands, in God's hands, the laws govern it perfectly. So we're here because that's our destiny. That's the sum of our karma. But what we do here literally in this room of satsang, here in a broader sense with our family as it is, with our body as it is, with our life as it is, with our job as it is what's creating our destiny of tomorrow, or next week, or next year. And this is where free will comes in. Free will cannot rewind history. This moment is your destiny. And you're here because you're meant to be here. In the body that you're in the relationships that you're in, with the amount in your bank account that is currently in your bank account, with any sort of struggles that you may be having. All of that is your destiny in this moment. But what you want next week to look like, or next month, or next year, well, that's where free will comes in, because right here you have free will. You can keep sitting. You can listen. You can absorb. Or you can make shopping lists in your brain. Or you could get up and leave. Or you've got absolute freedom. And when you walk out, in your jobs, in your relationships, with your body, with your health, you have absolute freedom. And that's what creates those actions. The karma, it's the action, gives us the fruit which we will have tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. And this is why, along with free will, we've been given intelligence, we've been given compassion, we've been given creativity, we've been given all of the things that help us make the right decisions. So for example, if in this moment, let's say, you have an apple tree that gives you apples, and you hate it, you hate apples, and you feel miserable because you always wanted an orange tree instead. Oranges are so much better than apples, and why does everybody else have such juicy oranges and you've just got these like hard apples, and it's not fair and the universe isn't fair, right? So you can't snap your fingers and turn your apple tree into an orange tree. You can't wave a magic wand. You can't chant a mantra or do the orange asana or the orange prayer or the orange mantra and turn the apple tree into the orange tree. And yet, if what you really want is oranges, you can plant some orange tree or some orange seeds. So that next year, instead of having an apple tree, or in addition to having an apple tree, you've got an orange tree. But the truth is that actually what sadhana, what spiritual practice, what grace, what our prayers are for is not, oh God, show me how to find orange seeds, show me how to plant the thing that I want, but rather, oh God, let me learn to see this apple tree as the blessing that it is. Let me see the sweetness of the apples. Oh God, free me of the allergy that I have to apples. So it's not about give me something else because apples make me break out in hives, but oh God, free me from this allergy. And until you have freed me, give me the ability, the compassion, the wisdom, to gather together all of the local school children and give them baskets to pick the apples. Until and unless I can enjoy them, at least let me use what I have for others. Teach me how to make apple sauce and apple pie so that I can feed them to others. And then tomorrow, my destiny will be hordes of school children flooding my property, singing and dancing and loving me and picking apples. It'll be love with my neighbors through my apple sauce, through my apple pies. And really with grace, it'll be my allergy of apples will go. And along with that, if what I really want are oranges, well, this is where we look around. This is where intelligence comes in. It's where guidance from the Guru comes in. Is, okay, God, where do I get orange seeds? You know, the example that we always give on this is the cow. So you say, okay, your destiny is a cow. In this moment, instead of sitting in satsang, your destiny is to have a cow. Wherever you are, you've got a cow. Can't change it. Can't have a different animal instead. But the cow gives us milk. And if we drink the milk and we use it to make ghee and paneer and yogurt, we'll be healthy. And the cow gives manure. And if we spread the manure in our fields, it's a fantastic organic fertilizer. We'll have great crops. But if instead I eat the manure and I spill the milk on the ground, I'm going to be sick and my crops are going to die. But that's not because God deemed it so. Or my destiny was to be sick. My destiny was the cow. By utilizing my free will with the cow, by not using intelligence, by not seeking guidance, by not having the right vision and the right understanding to know what's to drink, what's for the field, for not being able to discriminate between the white stuff and the brown stuff. Due to that, I'm sick and my crops have died. But it's not about blaming God. It's not about blaming the fact that the universe has deemed you to be sick and to have failing crops. It's what we've done. And the last part of this that is really important is this doesn't mean to feel guilty. Because of course, we tend to go from one end of the spectrum of it's all God's fault, it's the universe's fault, it's my crummy destiny, maybe next life I'll come in with better destiny, to, oh my God, it's all my fault. I've done everything wrong. I'm the problem. And it's not that. None of us is intending to get sick, is intending to kill all of our crops. What ends up happening is we don't know. There's this white stuff, there's this brown stuff, there's this yellow stuff in our life, and we don't know what to do. And this is where sadhana, it's where guidance, it's where our mentors, our gurus come in. It's where looking around comes in. Who are the people I know who are healthy and have great crops? And saying to them, God, what do you do with your white stuff? What do you do with the brown stuff? So the karma and the destiny and the free will, as I began, it's much, much more complex than that. But just in a nutshell, this is how they all interact. So right now you're here because it's your destiny. But what you do in this moment, and in every moment after this moment, is creating your tomorrow, your next week, your next month, your next year. That's the freedom we have, and it's the power we have. And it begins with the power of our thoughts, which have the power not just to create something different next year, but have the power to create something different right now and right here. Science is actually now showing what our rishis and sages said for thousands of years, but now science is discovering it, that literally our thoughts are creating the world, not just our world, but my thoughts are impacting your world. And your world, and your world, and the world of plants that are growing outside this window. If I'm thinking about them with focus and intention. I don't want to go into this because I could make a night of just that. It's my favorite subject these days. But it's really exciting because what it gives us is an incredible power. And what I just want to leave you with this question, and we'll take one more, is the power of our thought has the power, and I'm happy to share the research with anybody later who wants it, has the power to change the rate at which trees grow, flowers blossom, immune system cells divide. They've done studies that it has the power to impact warring nations, warring people thousands of miles away from us. It has the power to impact the molecules of water, how the molecules of water are bound together in a glass hundreds of miles away from me. That's the power of thought. When it's put with intention, with concentration, and with meditation. It literally is the best tool we have. So don't spend too much time worrying about, oh my God, what are my stars? And oh my God, what's written in my destiny? Figure out right here, right now, how can I use the power of my thought, the power of my intention, to create the reality that I want to live in. And that's the power we have.